Good morning. Welcome to our morning 6 a.m. Pacific time moment of contemplation and prayer. Thank you for joining. I see all of the different cities, Las Vegas, Albuquerque, so many. They're moving so fast. It's a delight to be with you this morning. We are using 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. And this is the 7th of February, and today's title for our practice is I Contemplate the Presence. That is a summary, that one phrase of our entire morning devotional for this whole year. That's what we're doing, contemplating the presence. And then there is a quote from 1 Thessalonians, pray without ceasing. And in that same scripture, it also says, and in all things give thanks. That's to set the tone. It doesn't matter what we call it, so long as we remember there is a secret place of the Most High. Secret meaning it's not available to other people because it's intimate, and yet each person has the same access and it's inward. So long as we remember that there is a presence within, or as Dr. Holmes calls it, the friend within, that we may consciously enter it by merely knowing that we are already there. So it's not a place to go to, there isn't a ritual to perform, there aren't sacred words to say. We can never depart from the presence. We're just in it, and so it's taking a moment like we are right now to become purposefully aware of it, that we enter into it. And this is the place where the universe meets us in its wholeness without any restriction whatsoever. This is the place where the All, that's the Almighty, the creator of all life, where the All delivers everything that it is to us. Now, this next part is what I love about Centers for Spiritual Living and our teaching, the Science of Mind. It's inclusiveness. Anything that helps you enter into this consciousness is a good thing. So we don't have the right way. There isn't a way. If you say prayers, if you make affirmations, if you recite beautiful passages, or if you sit in the quiet contemplation of your thought, realizing the presence of life, you will do well. For all of these methods lead to the conclusion that the power exists and is available. So whether you attend a church or a member of a synagogue or have a temple tradition or no tradition, or if nature is your church, or if you have whatever it is that you do that brings you into the awareness of the available presence, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to do that. All life, all health, all love, all peace exist in this place, in this power within. Our loneliness, our sense of isolation, our poverty, our doubt, and our sickness are results of being disconnected in consciousness from this divine self. So that paragraph needs to be handled delicately. Um, I will post later on today an article by the psychologist who coined the phrase spiritual bypass, so that we can dig deep into what it means. Because out of context, this phrase can be troublesome. We most certainly do not deny the body. We most certainly do not deny that people have um, influencing elements in their lives that cause trouble, sickness, poverty, and health. And we most certainly do not hold individuals accountable for generational issues. We're all in it together, and we embrace the medical tradition, and we embrace our duty to bring our spirituality into play in the social realm. So when we read a paragraph like this, we must, I believe, take it in the context of what is happening in the moment of the spiritual practice. That's when I'm dropping into a sense of allness with the one. I'm not denying that, for example, if I cut my finger, whatever the cause for the cut on the finger, I'm not denying that I must take care of it in the physical realm. And then I use my spirituality as a parallel practice of wholeness and healing. The next paragraph is the same. I let go of every inharmonious limiting thought. Just in this moment, for this practice, because I don't want to take my trouble into the prayer. I do know, however, and it is common knowledge now, that the suppression of inharmonious thoughts leads to trouble. So I know that if I have persistent inharmonious thoughts, whatever they may be, that I must talk them through. I must explore them. I must resolve them. I must find their cause. I know, for example, that anger is a symptom of a boundary being crossed or a need not being met. If I'm suppressing my opinion or suppressing my point of view, I have to find the methodology for expressing that. And then when I come to my prayer time, then when I drop all my inharmonious thoughts, it's just for this moment, and then I'm not bypassing the fact that they exist or pretending that they don't exist. I'm going to the place within me that fills me up so that I can meet the world with strength and courage. That's my opinion. So let us then, in this moment of practice, let go of everything, inharmonious or harmonious, everything, as much as we can. Because in fact, who can let go of a thought? Try. But by saying that phrase, I notice a stillness upon my consciousness, quietness, as I become the watcher of what passes through. And breathing together, I like to close my eyes. Perhaps you do too. And I like to breathe also as a way of signaling to my whole spiritual, biological, emotional self that I am in spiritual practice now. And to let everything go. Let everything be is a better way of saying it. I also let go, I let be any need to explain or to rationalize or compute or assign responsibility or figure out cause, or I let it be for a moment. I let that thinking be. And it is as if I'm turning entirely towards what we have heard called the secret place of the Most High within me. It is a metaphor, but it is as if I'm turning my entire face into the bright light of the everlasting flame of consciousness within me, to be warmed by its radiance, to be lifted up by its strength. Within me and within everyone on this call is the presence of the Almighty, the mind that creates. And in that presence, in that mind, is the harmonious resolution of everything that can pass through my consciousness, should I be available to it. So through this moment of prayer, then, I am declaring I am available to it, the free flow of creative mind in me. I declare that there is nothing in me that desires to block or restrain or inhibit this flow. And having planted that idea in consciousness, I know I had better be ready for the flow of ideas, for the pathway to be made clear. And I declare that I'm willing to follow. And as I spend a moment in time in this consciousness of being in the presence of the Almighty within my own thought, I feel the surety that radiance and health, connections and creative ideas come from this practice. And I give thanks that more and more people are dipping into this creative well for the upliftment of humankind, for the upliftment of all creation and all kind. And I release this word of prayer into the law of the universe, that law which responds even now. And so it is. I thank you for joining me this morning. And I thank you for all the shares. Sharing this broadcast is so helpful. And I hear from people who are watching from the outside of Facebook. Did you know that you can watch these devotionals without a Facebook account? You don't need one. If you copy the address of this page at the top of your browser, it's easier to do on a PC than it is on a phone or tablet. You can share the address, and then a person can just go to the address and watch from the outside. They don't even need to log into Facebook. So that's something to keep in mind. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and have a blessed day.